Alrighty, guys. Good afternoon, guys. It's the 10th of February, guys. It's 2:27 p.m. Still under the weather. I woke up a little bit weak today, but hopefully we could strive throughout the day. Hopefully nothing happens. I appreciate every single one of you guys coming by, showing support. Feel free to hit the like, the share, and the follow, guys. Let me take this little rope around me. Okay. Uh, we're 156 followers, guys. Our new goal is 200 followers, so we're about 40 something away from hitting that goal. 44 away, just to be exact. Um, just like I said, we talk about stocks and crypto Monday to Friday, guys. Um, I don't have a set schedule because I'm all over the place all the time. But normally it's in the afternoon. I pretty much uh have a gap to let other people, deal with morning situation, whatever they're busy on, and then in the afternoon they have enough time to, you know, give time for this type of stream. So uh, bear with me, guys, if you hear me winded or hear me talking weird. I'm still under the weather, so hopefully you guys could bear with me. And so the what we're gonna check right now is that we're gonna check what we supported yesterday. I mean, yesterday I didn't do much. I was hopping, there was some of them that I could have qualified here on the green, but I didn't do it because I went to bed really fast. Right after I got out of the stream, I just was support. I showed support to yesterday. I showed support to Mrs. Ma'am. So we were able to put in a little bit of time there. But I mean, I didn't do much to be honest. Yesterday, I was very sick. But today, we're hopefully we could get better along the week. But anybody on green here, guys, anybody that you see on green is the channels that we've supported. So if you guys could go ahead and show support to every single one of them, I would appreciate it. I mean, even the ones on black. I mean, you guys could go ahead and pause the stream, or you guys could go ahead and after the stream go through all of these and show support, hitting the like, the share, and subscribe, the follow as well, or subscribe if they're on YouTube or anything like that. Remember, we have multiple platforms, guys. We have YouTube, Twitch, um what is the other one? Kick. We have Kick as well. So you guys could go ahead and show support on all those channels. I would appreciate it. um I'm just going down, so you guys could like capture all these names slowly and show support to every single one of them. Remember, at the end of the month, guys, we're gonna go ahead and name all the February followers, guys, and do like a roulette and show support in terms of like a donation, showing gratitude for the support. And so this is the last one right here, Mrs. Ma'am, that had follow. So pretty good. We're doing pretty good for the month. And so anybody that's creating content as well, guys, if I haven't followed you yet, let me know. I'll show support. And if you're on the creator program on Rumble, guys, let me know as well. I could help you with some chatting hours and some no chatting count and some viewer hours as well. So this is a healthy community, guys. Just like I said, this is what we do. We help each other out. Turn this to the stocks. This is what we have here for today. And so let me go back to the stream. There we go. Okay. So just like I said, oh, thank you for the like. Whoever's coming by, appreciate it. Don't forget to hit the like. I only asked for 2 likes, so I would appreciate it very much if you guys do that. Retro Hawk Gaming, thank you for coming by and showing support, dropping in from my stream to show support, brother. Appreciate it. Thank you very much. Thank you. I'm gonna go ahead and hit a like also on your stream, excuse me, and share your stream as well. Sorry about that, guys. I'm I'm all over the place today. Um, Let me go ahead and do that really quick. Thank you very much for coming over here and showing support. Let me go ahead and repost. Gaming. Don't forget to hit the like, the share, and the follow at my guy here, Retro Hawk Gaming, guys. Okay. And I'll leave the for the remainder of my stream, I'll leave the your stream open. Um so appreciate it. Let's go ahead and continue, guys. Excuse me, guys. Let me go ahead and call for a little bit. There we go. Sorry about that, guys. I had to like trying to take out a little bit of cough here. Let's go ahead and continue. So just like I said, guys, I went through a list of names there that you could see, that I'm showing support. You know, this is part of my let me go lower down a little bit the music because I feel like it's talking over me. Okay, there we go. So if anybody who wants to know where I got this music from, guys, you got oh my god, I have it on my description, guys. His information. Let me get it really quick so I could share it. So it's a Red Sixers fan, right? You could click on that link, guys, and you can find all his music. Now, in order to get a stream with his music, you have to ask for permission and use it wisely. Um, just don't download it without asking permission and stuff like that, and try to use it for anything else. Um, so I would appreciate it if you guys go ahead and show support to my guy over there, Red Sixers fan. Really good music. And so let's go ahead and continue. So we right now we have 7 viewers right now. So I appreciate every single one of you guys coming around and showing support. Hopefully you guys could hear my audio and could see everything. Remember, today we did a little change on the video quality. Yesterday I had some of the guys tell me to up my video quality to 1920 by 1080 or something like that. I just turned it up by the highest quality that I could. So hopefully it doesn't it helps you guys watch the stream a lot better. And so we did those changes today, so hopefully it looks a lot more better and clear. And so we did those changes today. So if you see anything funny on the stream, let me know so I can make adjustments. And let's go ahead and continue, guys. So whatever you see, guys, on the left, guys, this is a charting platform website that I use. I mean, you could download the software as well. It's called TradingView, guys. Okay, it's free. It has a lot of tools, right? And so we're gonna use this just to this is just a normal platform here. Usually me, I use Weeble, right, for my for everything, pretty much, even for trading. I use Weeble. I mean, it's up to you, whatever works for you at the end of the day. But I'm using TradingView because this is for those that are trying to learn stocks, and they don't want to go into too much advanced stuff. They just want the something very simple to understand. And so that's why I'm using TradingView. The same thing with Finviz, guys. Finviz is another platform that I use to screen the stocks, guys. You could do the same thing on TradingView, but Finviz is way broader. There's a lot of options here that you could use, and it's free as well. You could screen the whatever criteria that you have. You could input it here on Finviz, and you can find the stocks that you're looking for. Okay. The only downside on both of these websites is that in order to get the real time feedback from each and every one each site right here, you're gonna have to subscribe to their plans, one of their plans there, right, to acquire real time. Okay. Most of this right now, since it's free, is delayed. So is this one is delayed 3 minutes. I don't know the charting. The charting might be delayed for like 5 minutes or something. So everything depends. So you're gonna have to do your due diligence, do a little homework on how to find the charting and the scanners. Some softwares, they already have everything in one software. You have the news built in. They have the charting built in. They have, I mean, a lot of indicators in it. I mean, you have everything in one software. So I mean, there's different type of softwares that have that. So it's up to you to do your homework and find what works for you and what's comfortable for you to trade. And so let's go ahead and hop in. So the first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna talk what we have on our right side, right? Which whatever you see on your right, on my right side here, is the criteria that I have. I mean, I don't only have criteria here. I also have some tips to use to find news. I also have my daily watch list here as well, written down on this document. So when you're starting your journey, guys, if you're trying to build a criteria, guys, if you kind of want to do what I'm doing, guys, I would recommend you guys to look in each, take each of these terms, guys, and separate them, right? And build yourself what do you call that? A screener, not a screener. Oh my god, I forgot the name. Um, Let me see if I can find it here. Bear with me for a minute, guys. Let me see if I can find it. Okay, so make yourself a spreadsheet, guys, and every term that you hear here, look at stocks in those different terms. The way I started looking at stocks. The first thing I would use is the market cap. I'll start looking at a range of market caps. Right now, this way, guy, of doing it, this way of doing it, it's gonna take you guys a long time to get. You know, I would suggest kind of to look at my streams or look at other streamers and kind of like nitpick, different things, and then do your research eventually. But if you want to do what I'm doing, guys, and you want to like learn from the bottom, I would suggest you guys having a spreadsheet and put all the different terms that I'm mentioning here: volume, flow, price, market cap, you know, uh the news. You don't have to add it. You could add it in terms of like a question. Did it had a news? Did it ran with news? Did it didn't ran with news? Stuff like that. But the other terms are very key. And so you could track based on market caps only, right? And using the other criterias and see what is the ones that you commonly see running all the time in high percentages, right? And you could excuse me, and you could track them based weekly, right? You could track them monthly or yearly. Me, I did usually monthly, so I would track them every single day all the way to the end of the month and see, and then kind of calculate which are the ones that are going up value, very fast, in terms of price, volume, float, you know, and if it had news, then that was the ones. Those stocks were the ones that were triggering. The news were triggering these kind of moves, and so that's kind of how you should do it. At first when you're starting. Excuse me. I have something caught on my throat. Hopefully, I have. Thank God I have water. But guys, I still under the weather, so hopefully bear with me, guys. While I'm here, don't forget to hit the like, the share, and the follow, guys. And so let's go ahead and continue. So what you see on the right side is, pretty much my criteria, guys. Pre-market and market open. On all my stream, guys, I say pretty much the same thing. And this is, I do it purposely, on purpose, so that you guys, it could, this information could drill more deeper in your mind, so that it could be natural to you, to understand what I'm talking about. Okay. Eventually in the future, you might make your own criteria, you might make your own set of rules, you know but for now, if you're trying to, learn a little bit faster, this is kind of the things that you should look for in terms of day trading. So hopefully you guys like the stream along the way. And if you remember, if you have questions, feel free to ask here on chat, or feel free to ask on my email or any other platforms that I have. Okay. One thing I want to mention, guys, on Kick is the only platform that I cannot see the chatting flow. So if you guys could hop in on YouTube or Twitch, I would appreciate it. I will do my best to answer your questions or anything. So feel free to hop into the other ones. Eventually, my plan is to kind of like have every follower from all those platforms move to Rumble, and be there, because this is the platform right now that's growing very fast. I mean, this is where this is my main platform here, Rumble. As you can see, I mean, I support them fully, completely. So if you guys don't know about Rumble, go ahead, go to Rumble and show support, sign up, um and support your whoever you're trying to follow, guys. If you're trying to learn more about stocks, I mean, there's plenty guys out there on finance, dedicated for finance. They do fundamental analysis, and they can either do crypto. You can find crypto. You can find people who do stocks and crypto at the same time. I am one of them that do stocks and crypto, but my focus is on low price on both. Okay, they're very cheap. However, my type of stocks, guys, they're very risky. If you don't know what you're doing, you could lose a lot of money. So, keep that in mind. Remember, on my description, guys, I have a disclaimer, guys. You guys can read that, to uh help both of us. Protect both of us in those terms, in legal terms. And so, yeah, just pay attention. If you have any questions, just feel free to ask. Okay. So let's go ahead and continue, guys. So today is not the 9th, it's already the 10th. Let's change the time. Today is 2:45, so we started a little bit late today. So I apologize if I didn't show up a little bit on time. Remember, we don't have nothing scheduled. I show up whenever, it's well, it's usually the afternoon. I don't show up too early. But in the afternoon, normally from after 12, I normally do my streams. So let's go ahead and continue, guys. So hopefully the audio is working well, and the quality of the video is working as well. So everything that you see here, right, we're gonna explain it while we screening for stocks. But I'm just gonna run down really quick what I'm saying, well, what I have written here. So I said here, focus on market cap, right? When scanning for stocks under 300 million, right? So that's kind of what I focus on. I focus on stocks that are under 300 million. They move very fast compared to the bigger stocks. These have more opportunities to double their value or triple their value. But there's criteria behind that to find exactly what you're looking for. So what I have here, right, it says, I said here, live for market, live trading, pre-market, and market open, right? There's times that that there is in the market, right, in terms of the here, the charting system. Okay. Let me show you really quick. So in this charting system, let's put GME, right? Very famous stock. Let me go ahead and show you guys what I'm talking about. So this is today, right? what already happened. I mean, the market already opened. And so we got three different times here, right, to trade. These on yellow, right? When you open this platform, the color might not be the right color that you see. You might see some other type of colors or anything like that. This already, I set this up myself. So um it's easy to set up. I mean, you could go to the settings. I don't know if you guys could see here, right? Yeah, you guys could see the settings, and through the settings, I mean, you could do a lot of adjustments here, right? You can add the extended trading hours and stuff like that, and it's not hard to understand, right? So I added these extended hours, right, into the trading, and now I added them on green. And so this blue line, right, is a separation of the dates, right, of yesterday and today, right? This is the opening of today's day, right, for the trading. And this right here from 4 o'clock in the morning, right, uh, up to 9:30 a.m. Eastern time is where the extended hours happen. We call it pre-market, right? And then right here after 9:30, we have, after active hours, of opening of the market. This is where, the first 3-4 hours is where the stocks are very active, super active. There's a lot of buying and selling on these times here, and then everything starts cooling off throughout the afternoon. Everybody goes to lunch and everything like that, and then it picks up again in the afternoon around 1:30, 2 o'clock. It starts picking up again. Depending on how the demand is in the stock is where you're going to see the most active trading going on. Okay, and then right here on this yellow line, right, is 4 o'clock. Already the market has closed, not entirely, just temporarily, right? The same thing as pre-market. It starts a new session here, right? Of after hours. It starts from 4 o'clock to 8 o'clock. And these trading hours right here are very slow. Sometimes they're not as much active. Well, the majority of the time they're not active. And at 8 o'clock, everything shuts down completely. There's no trading. You don't see no price action moving or nothing on the charting. Okay. Now you could put orders, but they're gonna be pending till the next trading day, which is pre-market of the next day. Okay. So now there's different types of markets that you could trade in. You could trade the Nasdaq. I mean, you could trade OTC market, which is below, way below. They're considered penny stocks. I mean, there's plenty of markets out there, guys. Normally the Nasdaq is the one that I'm focused on. I see a lot of activity on the Nasdaq, guys, but as well on the OTC is a little bit more risky, guys, and they don't. Most of those stocks right there on the OTC, you don't see no data on pre-market or even after hours. You only see the data of the market open. So you have to be careful. Whatever news that come out on after hours, it doesn't take remove the people who's in demand of it, of the stock. Okay, because that you could have got in here, right? And let's say the next day at the market open, the stock opened that over here, down here somewhere. Now you could have lost a lot of money on that drop. So you got to do your research. These type of the stocks that I look for are low price, and they in the Nasdaq. And based on my criteria and my strategy and some of my rules, uh it protects me from taking big losses and everything like that. And I have some rules that I follow religiously. I don't I already made my mistake back in the day, and at this time, at this age that I'm at right now, I'm you know if I have to get out as quickly as I got in, that's what I have to do in order to not take a bigger loss. You can always get in the stock. You can always get back on the horse. The most important thing is knowing what you're doing, when you're trading. So let's go ahead and I already explained what pre-market and market open is, even market close. So That's already explained, so that's pretty good to for you guys to know. And the next thing, right, is the criteria, right? We got the percentage change, right, which we're gonna focus first when we're looking at the top percent gainers of the day, right? You can find it on any site. There's some websites that you might not find it, but if you check here on the Finviz, right, when you're screening the stocks, right here on Signal, you can find the top percent gainers right here of today, right? And you will see something like this, right? Early morning. Right now it's not moving because the market is closed. But normally you will see a lot of movement, a lot of exchange here of stocks and everything. And you will focus on anything above 20%. So this whole list right here of this first page is over 20%. So the market is very active today, right? And this is the highest percent gain of today, which went 305%, guys. And it traded over a billion shares today. So this one is very significant. We're probably gonna look at this later on when we scan our stocks, but that's kind of how you should when you wake up early in the morning on pre-market or market open. This will be the first thing, and in other softwares, that's what you want to focus on, right? Is on most of them they show the same thing: top percent gainers, right? Top gainers, and you press that or you look at that on other softwares, and then you're gonna focus on the rest of the criteria afterwards. Okay. But before we screen anything, I'm just gonna keep on running down the criteria, right? We already explained the market cap, right? The price is very important to know. My personal preference is anything over $1 and no more than $20, guys. Okay. Why no more than $20? Because I don't want to be stuck in big spreads and getting in a stock very very wide spreads, and I'll probably end up buying shares at a higher price when I was trying to get it on a specific price. That's why most of the time I put limit orders. Those order type is very important to understand too when you're putting orders on the market when you're trying to buy a stock. You want to learn all these things: order types, what the tape is, what the level 2 or the level 3 is, you know seeing the charts, what understanding candlesticks, understanding you know understanding these indicators, guys. You over here for the candlesticks. I mean, you got a lot of options here. I mean, you got bar charts, which was used back in the day in the 80s and 90s. Hollow candies, candles. I'm sorry, hollow candles. I mean, there's different options here. You got line chart, which is, I mean, look how it looks, guys. I mean, you can hardly tell where the thing is gonna go. I mean, you could make some trades based on sometimes it works for some people, but most of the people that trade, you don't want to use line charts, guys. Same thing with bar charts. Bar charts you can understand a little bit more than the line chart, but it takes a little bit more. You don't see it much clearer than the candlesticks, guys. Look how clear you can see. You can analyze way more better with candlesticks than all those. But whatever works for you at the end of the day. I'm not forcing you guys to do what I'm doing. But this works for me. It's been working for me for nearly more than 10 years. So there's plenty of options here, guys. You got Heikin-Nashi. A lot of people use Heikin-Nashi too. Look how it looks. You can see more clear. However, you're gonna see these wicks show up a lot more. But everybody has his own preference. Me, I focus on candlesticks. It's more clear, more. I mean, I've been understanding candlesticks for a long time, so I already know how everything rolls here. And so it's very important to understand candlesticks, understand the indicators, what works for you. Some people don't even trade with indicators, guys. Some people trade without indicators. They trade based on what they see here, price action. They use the level 2 or level 3. They see the tape to see how fast the transactions are moving. and see where the demand is at that certain point. you know um there's a lot of things you have to learn, but at least you could the learning the basics is the most important thing, at first, to get the ball rolling, at least. So if you have any questions, feel free to ask, guys. I don't weird. Okay, that's weird right there. On YouTube, I have like a little message there saying degraded. Weird. But nothing. Let's continue. Oh, remember, guys, today's Tuesday, so in a couple minutes, right when I finish scanning, guys, I'm gonna jump into the premium to finish my premium hours. I only got like 30 minutes of premium, so probably before I start ending the stream, almost 30 minutes before I start ending the stream, then I'm gonna jump into the premium. So anybody who doesn't have premium, guys, feel free to get the premium. It's very recommended. Especially if you're doing content, if you're creating content as well, and anybody in general, guys. Remember, premium, you don't have any ads, and you can see anybody that's that you like looking at. That most of the time they go on premium to share very insightful, uh not insightful, very important information. You guys could go ahead and sign up for with me, or through any other way that you want to subscribe on the premium, guys. I think on mine, on my channel, I think if you go to the main channel, it says join or premium. I think it is something like that, one of each other. And so if you guys want to sign up with premium, you guys could do that as well, and hit one of those tabs, and going on that process, you guys could see everything ad free. Okay, so let's go ahead and continue. We're 34 minutes in, and let's go ahead and continue, guys. So hopefully you love the chat, and let's go ahead and continue, guys. So everything's working properly. Alrighty, so let me go ahead and hit oh, okay, there we go back, Finviz, and let's go back to the document that I was talking about. So as you can see, guys, as you can see in the document, guys, price is very important. Also, I don't want to focus on anything under $20, guys, because some of these most of these companies are not successful companies, and most of them are not going to succeed on the long run, guys. So when they get under $1, guys, the Nasdaq will send them a notification, a delisting notification, right? And when that happens, if they don't follow up, and they don't do they don't raise the price, then it's bad for that company, because most of the time they're gonna get delisted, and it's very hard for them to come back out of that. And so that's not good for the company. So that's why I trade anything over $1. I don't want to get stuck on a stock that's about to get delisted. Okay. So the next thing I want to see a stock that's either the price is about to hit the multi-day area, or multiple weeks, or multiple months, or even multiple years. What I mean by that, I want to see, usually I call it a breakout. Let me go to the charts. There we go. Okay. Let's see. Oh, let me fix this really quick. Audio. There we go. So let's say it's this date, right? And let's say the price started here, right? And this thing is over 3 days. So I call it a multiple day break, right? Sometimes the stock will open up way higher, right? And the range of it, compared to all of these, that range goes all the way over here, right? Where it meets this other higher price, right? From this point to all the way to that range is about a bunch of months, probably like 4 or 5, 3 or 4 months, probably a little bit more. I mean, since October. So I mean, there's a couple months there, so I would call it a multi-month breakout. Now there's some stocks, guys, are that had went like this high, right? And they're the highest point overall compared to all of the history data of the stock, guys. Okay, those I call it multi-year breakout or all-time highs. Okay, so all-time highs or multi-year breakouts or even multi-month breakouts are very awesome to keep in mind. Have it as in your criteria. um Multi-days is pretty good too, but everything has to do with supply and demand at the end of the day. And also, does it has news? Does the stock has news? I mean, just by looking at the stock, if the stock is having great move, in this case, like a GME on today, it went a couple percentages here. I don't know how high it went. It went as high as 3%, guys. Not much, but I mean, it did a job. It did its job of holding the price above the VWAP, and it's still consolidating. All these days here, it's been consolidating. So, you know, if the stock is moving, guys, I would want to know why it's moving. There's a reason why the stock is going up this way. Okay, and you can only see it on the news. Now, some of the software, guys, some of the softwares that you have for trading the stocks may not show the most recent news, guys. So you have to look at multiple softwares. Okay, Finviz is one of them to check. You could check Yahoo Finance. You could check you Google. If you have Webull, there's a built-in news network there as well for the stocks. So you guys can see if there's recent news through there as well. um there's plenty other websites that you could check, guys, but those are like the main ones. um so yeah, news is very important. So the next thing, guys, is that shows here is a volume, guys. Volume is the demand, right? Either on the upside or the downside, guys. Is the demand. The more the demand, more than the what the company is supplying off the float, then the price has to go up. But if there's not much demand and the price and the volume is the not the volume the float is very high, then the price has to go lower. You know, to attract more buyers. Okay, to attract more demand. Okay, and so that goes in on a it goes at what do you call it? It circulates. You know, and so everything is different. So there's plenty of people that would explain supply and demand. Supply and demand is very important to understand. If you don't understand supply and demand, it's gonna be very difficult to trade, especially short term. uh even doing business, guys. Even if you're jumping into business field, guys, and you don't know what supply and demand is, you're gonna run into a lot of problems. Okay, supply and demand is like the most basic thing that you will learn, especially on a economics class. Okay, that will be probably the first thing that you will learn on an economics class, the supply and demand. Okay, and so for me, I like to see anything over 1 million volume because it's easy for me on that type of demand. It's easy for me to get in the trade and get out the trade with no issue. If the stock is either going my favor or not, or going against me. Okay, I could get out of the trade and I have no issue. I don't want to get stuck in the trade. So that's why I like anything over 1 million volume. the next thing the next thing here is checking the float, guys. The float is the supply, right? Just like I said, if there's less supply and more demand, then the price has to shoot back up. And if the opposite, then the price has to come down. Very simple, supply and demand. The float has to be anything below 10 million, guys, shares. And the float, I'm gonna explain a little bit more about the float, because on the Finviz, the good thing about the Finviz is that when you're filtering out when you have all the options there listed to filter out for the stocks that you want to see, you could hover your mouse to the terms, and it gives you like a definition, of what the term is it means, okay. So we're gonna run through that for all of them to show you guys a little bit more in depth. um Also, we want to check the overall trend of the stock. The only way you could check it is through looking at the charts. You want to see the daily chart, and it's going to give you information on, if it has history, or if it doesn't have history of running. Okay. In this case, this stock right here has plenty history of running. I mean, it has run for a couple months, so it does have some history, multiple history. I mean, it makes had made big moves before in the past, so it has plenty of history of running. And overall, guys, this thing, if you could see, let me see if I could see a little bit more rangy. Probably 12 months. Overall, guys, this thing is still healthy. I mean, the only thing that worries me is this candle here that it dropped. And this was the day that we all know, right? On I don't even want to say the word. You guys know what happened in 2021, right? 2020, 2021, and 2022. I mean, we couldn't go nowhere. We were in our houses. So this is what happened, with the stock. This thing went from as low as $4 all the way to $120, guys, per share. That was an incredible move. Overall, this thing is still healthy. Would love for it to reclaim these highs right here at $65 and try to like test these 120. It's gonna take a long time, guys, because right now the demand is still boiling. Still, it has 5 million volume compared to the average, which is 9 million. And remember, guys, the market cap has a lot to do with being that slow of a mover, guys. It has 11 billion market cap, guys. So in order for it to go to 22 21 billion dollars, which is double the amount, it's gonna take them a long time, guys. It needs to have a lot more demand than the float. Okay. Right now, the float, look, 408 million of the float. I mean, I wouldn't pay attention to this one. I like stocks with very low float, a lot of demand, great good news, that would attract investors. And yeah, the price action has to show up on the chart. People have to be interested in the stock and trading it, and everything has to show on the chart. But let's go ahead and go keep running down the criteria, guys. So just like I said, I want to see anything that's has history of running. The next thing, guys, that I'm gonna mark here is the relative volume, guys. Relative volume is very key, and I'm gonna explain what is relative volume when I start scanning the stocks. Same thing with industry. Industry, I don't want to see no ETFs. I don't want to see anything else but stocks. You know, and the performance has to be up for the day. I want to see stocks that are moving. I don't want to see a dead stock, no volume, no supply and demand. I mean, no news. Those stocks are not gonna attract anyone. There's nobody watching them, and so yeah, we don't want to focus on none of that. And so, since I already explained what pre-market and market open is, now I can explain what market close is, right? So, well, I already explained market close, but this is the criteria that I use for the market close, which is right now. Market is closed right now. And so everything is the same, right? I use the same criteria. The only thing that changes is the percentage change. Okay. These are the only things that changes. Percentage change, and and I don't use it for the market close. The first thing I would want to see is, to sort out is through volume. And I'm gonna do that when I start sorting the stocks. But this is kind of what I focus on, when I'm sorting. This is my part of my criteria. And so this is 3 criteria that I use to scan for crypto, and I'm gonna run through that as well. This right here, Twitter and X, right? This is what I use in case there's no news at all for stocks, watching on the software. Okay, you'll put the sticker symbol right next to this dollar sign, right? And you press enter, and you're gonna find the information whether the company posted news of their stock on X, or people are hyping it up and talking about it, buy, sell, whatever it is that they talking about it. So you're gonna find everything on Twitter. I would love to show you Twitter, but there's a lot of crazy stuff that you guys see on Twitter that I'm not gonna show. I don't want, if kids are watching or anything like that, I don't want them to experience looking at those type of stuff. So, and I don't want to get dinged by YouTube or any other platform. So I'm trying to keep it professional. And so we're not gonna show Twitter or X, but you guys could use this formula to find news, guys. Resnum, appreciate it for showing by and coming by and showing support. Thank you. Resnum is another content creator, guys. Anybody who's coming up new and doesn't know Retro Hawk Gaming and Resnum, both of them are content creators, guys. So go ahead, show support, hit the like, the share, and the follow, guys. Sometimes if you cannot see a streamer, guys, if you guys can't see him for like a couple hours, at least if your phone is around the place and you're not using it, why not show support and leave a stream on your phone, and just showing support to not only me but to other content creators. That will help them, hit their numbers, on their to remain there, to have their stream remain on the program, because just any other program as well. YouTube has a program as well, and the content creators that are in the program has to hit a certain criteria, a certain numbers, to remain in the program. So Rumble has the same thing. Rumble is a little bit more smaller than YouTube, but we're trying to get back, we're trying to get Rumble up there, where YouTube is. And it's still a competitor. There's a lot of traction that Rumble has, that's gonna make them a lot of positive things that Rumble is doing for the community. And hopefully you guys can keep enjoying this privilege platform that we have, where we could speak out whatever we want to speak out. Is more favorable for free speech. And so many other platforms don't have that stuff. I'm not going to talk about politics because I don't want to get myself ding on YouTube or anything like that. So we don't do that here. But it's very important to understand stocks, because stocks kind of give you like a picture of how the economy is moving, how the economy is. And you also could see the news of what's happening on these stocks, several stocks. If you look at like at the SPY, or if you look at Bitcoin, you could see what is the new, instead of looking at Fox or any other platforms out there that may sidetrack you of the news that's happening in the world. You could go to the stock market, right, and look at something like the SPY, and you could get your like the real news through there. See what's happening. Don Limitless say, guys, please support my guy here. Don't know him, but guy looks legit and down to earth. Keep it up, pal. Appreciate it, Don Limitless. Appreciate it for the support. Thank you. Go ahead, if Don Limitless is starting his journey as a content creator, go ahead, show support as well, and hit the follow. Let me see if I don't know if I follow you right now on your platform. Hold on a second, guys. Let me check really quick. So no, so let me go ahead and press the follow. So now I follow you, Don Limitless. So yeah, anyone that's watching and want to go ahead and show support to Don Limitless, go ahead, show support to his channel. Maybe he's not gonna do his content through here, but any support that you guys could give him, I would appreciate it. So yeah, go ahead, show support over there. Let me go ahead and continue. So guys, yeah, if you want to know the economy, how the economy is going in the world, guys, I would recommend to check the stock market, guys, because you're gonna get everything that you need to know on the stock market platforms. Okay, you can see the technology is not doing well today, right? Overall, it might be doing great overall, but today it's a little red today, more than green. And you see a lot of activity on the consumer cyclical section. You know, you got Tesla, energy section, and everything. Um, Industry is kind of like stagnant. The real estate, sector is is hot right now. Utilities as well for today, and this is all for today, right? Now, long term, you have to track it, to see how hot whatever sector there is. You have to track it, and I would recommend to track at least 30 days and see how everything is moving. And if you want to track more than that, that's up to you. But you'll get to see the same stocks that are in the same industry, whatever industry they are. You can see them on and on showing up. Probably not the same stock, but the same industry stocks, and you could tell very quick which one is hot. Whatever sector there is. So let's go ahead and continue, guys. So what else we're talking about on the document? Let me see. So Twitter and X, right? So you guys could use this platform to find news, right, of the stock that you're looking at, and you could use this formula here if you want to see more specific. Okay. Um. So if we as we go down, we're gonna go ahead and look at some of these stocks that we mentioned that we listed from yesterday. We have the stocks, the regular stocks here, BRLS, and we have ABP. Those are the two that we listed today we listed yesterday to analyze today. So we're gonna see what happened today. Let's change the date here. It's 2/10/2026. So I appreciate Don Limitless. Appreciate it for coming by and showing support. I appreciate it very much. Anyone else who's passing by, don't forget to hit the like, the share, and the follow, guys. Excuse me, and also if you hear me funny or anything like that, I'm under the weather. I've been under the weather since yesterday morning. I was not feeling good, so I did a pretty how you say that? Like my stream was pretty, a little bit weird yesterday, but it's okay. We're still up here, we're still alive, and so hopefully you guys enjoyed yesterday's stream. And if you haven't seen the stream, go ahead, look at the stream and enjoy the content that I'm providing here. So today it's already 3:20, guys. 3:20. Remember, today we're gonna do premium in a couple more, probably 20, 30 more minutes. We're gonna do the premium at least for an hour. We're already an hour in, so I'm gonna jump into premium pretty soon. So anybody who doesn't have premium, guys, I would recommend you guys to get a premium at least for like a monthly. You don't have to do the yearly plan, but the monthly will help you not see ads or anything like that. And the reason why I ad read, I'm showing support to Rumble, guys, because without them, without the ads, Rumble will not run on its own. It's kind of like I don't know if you guys saw the interview of Elon Musk a couple months ago. I mean, mostly last year I think it was, or the year before that. He had an interview, right, with someone a long time ago, and they asked him, "Oh, you've been having issues, right, with the people who you do ads for and everything like that. The people who promote your business. If they leave, then your business is gonna fall." And so he said, "Yeah, let them leave. you know, who cares? Because the advertisers were kind of like trying to, you know, manipulate his business and anything that he's been doing, and so he kind of got mad about that. And so if he and they ask him, why would you do that, and so if he said, well, if they leave, my company's gonna fall, it's gonna fail. So in other words, guys, advertisement, that companies use is very important, because out of those revenues, guys, it keeps them running. It pays for everything. Whatever investments they're doing on the long term for the health of the company, that's what they're going to use. And so not only on that, they also have a channel on YouTube, right? And they have a big following, so they promote also, they get also revenue through promoting their business on YouTube as well. So there's many ways that they get their funding, but ads and advertisement is very important. And so if you see me here and there doing an ad read, pretty much showing support not only to Rumble but to myself as well, so to this channel. So uh let's go ahead and continue, guys. So BRLS, guys. Today we checked this yesterday. That's why I put the date here, and the time was a little bit afternoon, almost about the same time, almost. BRLS. Let's check that really quick. On the chart. I appreciate every single one of you guys coming by and showing support. And let me change this to the daily, guys. So the daily, guys, it does show some history of running. That's all we care for. We care that this thing had ran a couple times. We don't care that it's downtrending. We don't care. We don't do long-term trading here. We only do short-term, and all we're looking at the daily is to check if it does have some history of running. And so we had add that information over here on this little what I wrote here for this watch list. I said here, good price, good volume, low float, had recent news, and had history of running, which I already showed you guys. And then we said here, stock is closing strong, right? It was about to break out, but since the market closed at 8 o'clock, we couldn't see what happened, so we have to wait. What it's gonna do for pre-market, right? And so my plan that I structured was to wait for a breakout, right? And for it to pull back. We didn't want to buy at the breakout because it could have break out right when pre-market opened, and I might not have been up for that time, so I would want to wait for a breakout, right? Whatever, it could either be a really good breakout, a confirmed breakout, or any breakout that at least gives a couple more candles to at least turn around, pull back, and bounce off the previous resistance levels. Okay, that's the kind of plan that I had. Red Sisters fan, appreciate it for showing by. Thank you for the W's. Anybody who's hearing the music on the background, guys, let me put it a little bit up so you guys can hear. So this music here, this comes from Red Sixers fan, guys. So if this is the type of music you like, or you want to know more of his music, go ahead, show support to Red Sixers fan AI music. He does all this music, and yeah, if you guys want to grab some of his music for your streams, you have to ask for permission. So go ahead, exchange contact or information with each other, and that will be awesome as well. Gotta check your OBS bars. Okay, let me see. There we go. So hopefully that works. I don't want the music to be over my voice, because I could hear it in the background. I could shut down the music, but I don't know if it's gonna shut everything down. So I'm a little bit scared about that since I'm not a pro on this yet. But I could hear it a little bit, but I have it a little bit down just to so I won't have to like speak over it. Well, I can speak over it, but I don't have to like have that music confusing me a little bit on what I'm about to say. But I appreciate you coming by, and yeah, anybody who wants to go ahead and show support on his channel, go ahead, show support and hit the like, share some of his content, and hit the follow if you haven't follow him yet. Okay, so let's go ahead and go to BRLS. Rest is her fan says just later watch your own stream. You will see the volume levels. Okay, cool, cool, cool. I'll take a look at that really quick. Hold on a second, guys. My wife is explaining something really quick. Be right back, guys. Couple minutes. All right, guys, we're back. We're back. So let's get ready to rumble. We still got a lot more of the stream, guys. So hopefully the volume of everything is working properly. Um, the music I'm gonna have to check later on after the stream and see what adjustments I could do. Um, because there was one part where I'm I shut down the well, I don't shut it down, but I kind of changed the monitor output to like off completely, so I won't have to hear it when I'm talking, but at least you guys can hear it. And somehow every time I do that, I press monitor off, it completely shuts all the volume completely. And so I have to figure out what's going on, why that's happening. Maybe I have to leave it to output only, and or something. I don't know. I'm gonna have to figure that out after the stream. But hopefully you guys could enjoy the rest of the stream, guys. Remember, we're gonna jump into premium very soon. So if you guys don't have premium, I would suggest you guys to get the premium. Probably not through me. I mean, if it's through me, I would appreciate it if you do it. But if you guys can with some on your own, or or with supporting another streamer, that would be awesome. So let me see if I could jump in right now because it's already 109. You know what, I'll wait till I'm gonna do the screeners before I jump into premium, so I could show support to those that don't have yet the premium. I only have to do premium only once today. After that, for the rest of the month, we don't have to do premium. So that's just to hit our numbers. So hopefully that works. But let's go ahead and continue with the stocks, guys. I'm not gonna jump into premium yet. I'm gonna wait a couple more minutes. But I appreciate every single one of you guys coming by and showing support. Those on Twitch, go ahead, jump into Rumble. This is the new thing now, so I would appreciate if you go ahead and come over here, show support, and those on YouTube as well, guys. There's a lot of good content all around rumble. And yeah, guys, you guys ain't gonna enjoy it. There's a little bit about everything. You got gaming, you got uh chatting all over the place. I mean, different stories, politics. I mean, whatever you're looking for, you have it on rumble. Okay, so let's go ahead and continue, guys. Let's see where we at. So BRLS, we're gonna check the charting right now. BRLS on the 5 minute. And so today we had said that we wanted to look for a breakout and pullback bounce off the support levels of 174 and 145. Okay. And so today it failed to do that. Um it did wait a minute. I'm a little bit confused here. What happened today? So it did close. I mean, this is kind of where we watched it, right? We watch it here and we wanted to see a breakout off 180 187, but it didn't do that. So it was under VWAP, so I mean it failed here to hold above VWAP through pre-market hours. Okay, it started ramping up right after the open. Okay, and the reason why is because all this is considered support, guys. You have all this over end support levels, a lot of support levels here, and these prices, I mean, sellers didn't want to sell their orders too lower price, and buyers to control, and push that price back up. So right here, right after the reclaim off VWAP, I mean, you could have waited for an opportunity here after it pulled back and bounce again off these levels. So really difficult trade over here. That's not much activity, and this right here would have been a better choice right here. At least it went up to from it was not a perfect move. I mean, from 13% to 25%, and right now it seems like it's holding the highs again for a third time. So this thing might break out tomorrow. However, look what happened today. Volume compared to yesterday's volume, there's not much volume here. It has a little bit more than the average, which is pretty good, but not much. Look at this. The float is 5 million as well. So this thing it's we would like to see at least 10 million volume or 20 million volume, way above float and average volume. Okay, and it didn't do it today. It failed to do that. And today, I mean, it didn't have a recent news. Let me see if I can see on this one if it did have some news. So September 8th, no recent news, guys. So you guys could check on social media, maybe on the X. There was some type of news hyping this stock up. That's why it's moving like this. But on these other softwares, I don't see anything recent. Only over here where they appoint a new director, which we talked about yesterday. But as you can see, guys, look at the volume, guys. Look at the magnitude of volume compared to today. Today was dead completely. Not much volume, guys. So the trade today would have been very hard, very hard. Okay. Tomorrow we would like to see more volume, way more volume, and we would like to see a breakout since it's already testing these highs here. Okay, so let's go ahead and continue watching this guy. Today is the 10th, 26, and we're gonna put today's time 36 p.m. Keep watch. Low volume compared to average volume and float. We'll want it to pick up volume and break out since it's near yesterday's high of day at 187. 187. And so when you're monitoring for 1 or 2 days, guys, or for 3 days, uh keep it simple. You don't have to write all like a bunch of like write the whole numbers of the volume, write the whole numbers of the average volume, write the whole numbers of the flow. Like, you don't have to do all that. Just keep it very simple. Keep it very simple. Whatever fits whatever criteria fits on this stock for this specific time, that's what you're gonna go ahead and write. Keep it very simple for you to understand. And so that's what we're gonna go ahead and monitor. So let's go ahead and check the next one, ABP. So let's check ABP. And so ABP here, we had said good price, good volume, low float, had recent news, had history of running. However, overall trend no good. Good run in the after hours, still above VWAP, looking for a possible breakout and bounce off support levels. And we had mark here, a line here. I mean, it did break out pre-market. However, I mean, it failed to bounce off these support levels, and it just caved. It gave back all of its gains of yesterday, and right now it's dead compared to where the VWAP is. So this one right here, I mean, I would have watched it up to this point right here. After this, since I saw this drop right here, that would have been out. I would have been not interested in this stock, and I had to go ahead and look at my list again of top percent gainers, or look at whatever else that I'm searching for. Okay. So if it doesn't work, if your plan is if it failed your theory, then there's no need to go ahead and watch all these hours here to see if it could turn around. No, you go to the next stock, or if there's no stocks, then scan for new stocks until the market open. And so there's always opportunity, guys. This is one out of many that failed, but there's plenty of stocks out there that will do these kind of moves, guys, every single day, guys, every single days. And I'm gonna show you guys when we screen the stocks, to show you what other stocks had took advantage of today. So this one failed, so we're gonna take this one off the list, and we're gonna go ahead and scan for new stocks, guys. So let's go to the Finviz. So this is the screeners website that we're gonna use. Right now it's 6:40 p.m. right, and it's the 10th of February. So the first thing we want to do is hit the screeners tab right here, right, and it's gonna take us to this site right here, to this other page. And we can see here there's plenty of stocks. I mean, we got 546 pages of stock. Normally there's like 19-20,000 stocks. We're not going to look at all of them. We're going to focus more on our criteria, and we're going to input them here on this filter. Okay. And so the way you find all of the ones, all of the other options available, is through hitting all. And now you have plenty options here depending your criteria. You could go ahead and add all that here on this site right here. And so the first thing we want to concentrate is the market cap, right, which is the total company value, or the total value of the company, however you want to say it. The great thing about this site is that if you hover your mouse to the word, right, market cap, it's going to give you the total what the total meaning of what market cap is, which is it's called, first of all, it's called market capitalization, right? And it's the total market value of the company's outstanding shares, right? Pretty much, in other words, is the total value of the company. Okay, what the company is worth. Okay, and so that's pretty simple. I focus on it anything under 300 million, which I've already said on my criteria, right here. See, anything under 300 million. And so that's considered a micro cap. And so I added here, I input it there, and then the next thing on this same column that we could find is price. I already said that I like anything over $1 and no more than 20. So we're gonna go ahead and add that right now. The good thing about this site is that it shows me that option. So I add here 1 to 20. Next thing that I want to check is on the third column, right? On the third column, we could find relative volume. What relative volume is? Right here, it says it here, ratio of current value compared to 3 months average. And it's adjusted intraday, right? So they use only intraday data, right? Of volume, right? The current volume that it is right now compared to the average volume over a period of time, right? For this website is 3 months, right? But you could do your own research and check way more broader. But this is way simple. 3 months is okay. I believe it's still good, which is 90 days. And that whatever ratio you get off that calculation, which is you're dividing the current volume versus the average volume over a period of 90 days, right? And whatever ratio that you're getting, that's gonna tell you how interested people are trading this, how much demand there is in this stock. Okay. And so I like to see anything over 5 ratio. That's my personal preference. Some people check over 3, and that will give you more stocks here listed. But I like to minimize the amount of stocks I'm watching. Okay, so anything over 5 is okay. It's perfect. Um, let's go ahead and continue. And so, as you can see, guys, let me see. Let me continue. So on the next column, guys, we want to focus, just like I said, on whatever I have on my criteria: industry, stocks up, stocks only. So that's what I want to focus on stocks only, right? Now on other softwares, you don't have to worry about the industry. It's already the whole filter of all this is already set up already on some softwares. Now you have to sometimes make adjustments, but nowadays, I mean, there's a lot of softwares out there that they already know what you're looking for. Okay, so stocks is what I want to concentrate. Another thing is performance, guys. um Hold on a second, guys. um okay, okay, got it. I thought it was new comments. Sorry about that, guys. I thought it was I was getting a new comment on the stream. Let me see if I don't know if I could lower this thing down a little bit or zoom out. No, it's gonna mess the. Okay, hopefully that works. Okay. And so as you can see, guys, hopefully you guys can see everything here. The next thing on the column, right, is performance. We want to see stocks that are moving. That are, they can either be up or down, but they're compared to yesterday or a couple days or even a couple months, is high at this moment in price. So today up will be the preference, right? The next thing I want to check, guys, is, oh, I know what's going on here. That's why it's not. Let me put that there. Put this here. Okay, perfect. Now I can see clearly. All right. And so the next thing is the current volume. And so current volume here, it says number of shares traded today, right? It's pretty much the demand, guys, the fluctuation, the buying and selling. And so the more buying and selling there is in a stock, the more people that jumps into the same stock that everybody's watching, the more, if it's more than what the supply is, which is the float, the price has to go up. Okay, it's gonna eventually, the value of the company is gonna go up as well. Okay, and so that favors the company, and the company with those funds, they could go ahead and reinvest in their company or buy shares of their own company, or either buy off another company. And I mean, they could do whatever they want to do. All we want to focus is supply and demand. We want to see that there's a lot of volume trading in the stock, and there's less supply, which is the flow. And so current volume, I like to see anything over 1 million, because it makes it easy for me to get in and get out. I mean, I'm watching that there's a lot of demand, there's a lot of buying and selling, and so I wouldn't have no issue getting in the trade and uh having having the stock lack other buyers or sellers of the stock. you know I won't have issue with that. So the next criteria that I'm gonna add here is the float, which is the supply of the stock. The float here says the number of shares available for public trading does not include the shares held by the insiders. And who are the insiders, right? So we have two phases here, right? We got public trading and we have privately owned shares, right? In a whole, we have outstanding shares that a company holds, right? And out of this outstanding shares, you got privately owned shares that the owners of you have the owners of the company, right? CEOs, the board that owns shares of the company, and you have employees, other employees of the company that holds shares of the company, and then you have the shares that are publicly traded, right? They're shares that the company released into the market to be traded, and with those shares is where you know if there's a lot of demand, and with a little bit amount of float, then the price could go up very very fast. And so that's kind of the little definition. I mean, there's plenty of people out there that would explain it very eloquent, that you could find on YouTube or in Investopedia. You could find the definition, but this is kind of the definition that I know. And so this is the criteria, guys. And so now out of 540 something pages, you have one page. And instead of having 19,000 stocks, you have five stocks to look at. Today we don't have a lot, compared to other days that we look at the stocks. And so before we dive into every single stock, guys, I'm gonna unfortunately go to the premium. And so anybody who's not in premium, I apologize if you guys can't see the premium thing, but if you're interested, don't forget to sign up on premium on Rumble. That will help you. That will help the company. And if you're signing with me, I would appreciate it if you're subscribing with me. So feel free to pass by and show support. I appreciate you guys coming by. Whoever that cannot subscribe on the premium, appreciate it for coming by. Remember, any questions that you guys have, feel free to ask. I'm gonna do my best to answer whatever questions that you guys have and help you on your journey for stocks. So yeah, just remember, we do this from Monday to Friday, guys, and mostly it's gonna be in the afternoon. And we do stocks and crypto, and we focus on low price crypto and low price stocks, okay? And hopefully in the future we could read some books too, because I love reading books. So eventually we could do that as well. We also, on Saturdays, guys, on Saturdays we do gaming. We have some fun, playing games and everything. Right now we're doing Lego Star Wars, so you know hopefully you guys could show up on Saturdays and Sundays as well. So yeah, guys, thank you for watching, and yeah, we're gonna jump into premium. So bear with me, guys, so I could change it to premium. uh there we go. Now I found it. So appreciate it, guys, for watching, and let's go jump to premium.